You gotta introduce the video.
We're good to go.
You want to introduce it? You want me to?
Yeah, sure.
I gave you two. What the fuck is with you doing that lately? I give you two options and you always say, yeah, sure. It's like, which one, motherfucker?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brice and Stephen from A Right to Insight, and we have a hat full of topics.
A hat. A hat of topics.
A hat of
whole
topics.
hat. It's not the whole thing, though.
Yes. And we're going to randomly draw one out and discuss it, and when we're done with it, draw another one. And it's just going to go like this for however fucking long we decide to do it.
Until we get bored or the video gets too long.
Okay.
Okay, so you pull the first one, I guess. So yeah, we just have random shit. Some of them user submitted, some of them randomly generated, others we just fucking...
Alright. Weed legalization.
My opinions on that is that weed should be legal everywhere because there's actually no compelling... I've seen no compelling fucking reason otherwise. You know, human beings should have... It should just be a given that we are allowed... Even if something is harmful for us, why the fuck shouldn't we be allowed to do it if we so choose, as long as it's not harming anyone else? So, even if weed was harmful to our bodies... Why the fuck? Why does that even matter? If I want to drink arsenic, I should be allowed to fucking do that. It's my body, and as long as I'm not harming anyone, as long as I'm not against anyone else's consent, then I should be able to fucking do it. So that leads me into my next fucking point, which is I think all drugs should be decriminalized. And you know, what do you have to say about it? So get your perspective here too. I mean, it's gonna be the same anyway.
Just like just like you said. I think all drugs should be legal just because we as people should have the right over our own bodies to do what we please with ourselves, regardless, as long as it does not directly harm another person by doing that activity, then we should be able to do whatever we want. A lot of the arguments brought up against it have to do with, oh, what if somebody's high and gets behind the wheel of a vehicle? First of all, people drink and drive all the time, so that's a fucking irrelevancy. But in addition to that, then you'd get in trouble for fucking doing the driving or hurting someone.
Right.
You get in trouble for the action.
It's not something that needs to be, you know, obviously it's a good idea to, like, prevent that. But it's like anyone with common sense knows that that's a bad idea.
Right.
So you punish the few who fucking still do it. You don't just like, oh, this is completely fucking outlawed because this might happen. It's like, that's not the way shit works. You don't, like, it's not like something you need to be preemptive about. You punish the people who fuck up. The other people who do it and don't fuck up, they should be allowed to. That's just how it should work.
Right.
And I've seen no compelling reason otherwise, personally. Yeah, go ahead.
One argument that's been brought up to me is like, what if you go do heroin and then you go kill someone as a result of it? Well, they say as a result of it. First of all, doing heroin doesn't inherently mean you're gonna kill somebody.
That doesn't make you a fucking murderer all of a sudden.
I should go to jail for murder, not for ingesting or shooting up heroin. So, yeah.
I mean, what if you like? There's no correlation between the two. Like, just because you did heroin and then you killed someone doesn't mean you killed someone because you did heroin. It means you killed someone. You also just so happened to do heroin prior. It's like saying, what if I put socks on and went to kill and then killed someone? Should we fucking ban socks? Should we make those illegal? It makes no fucking sense, dude.
All prior activities are
right.
suspect.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. That's like correlation is not causation. Like, that's exactly where that should apply. Just because somebody did a drug and then went and killed someone doesn't mean that they killed someone because they did that drug. It means that they're fucking mentally unsound or unstable or whatever the fuck the term may be. Another thing I'd like to say on the topic of just drugs in general is I can't remember which country does it. If it's like Iceland or something.
It's Switzerland.
Or Switzerland, okay. I don't know, one of those fucking countries. Drugs are decriminalized there at large. Like, it's not... Drugs there are just decriminalized, all of them. And so they treat drugs as if it's... Instead of, like, throwing you in prison, like, oh, you got caught with these drugs, we're going to throw you in prison. It's like, oh, you got caught with these drugs, let's help you. Let's treat this as a health issue and try to rehabilitate you and get you to the point where you're not depending on these drugs anymore, or where you don't need these drugs, or you don't even want these drugs, and then put you back out in society as a normal functioning individual. That's a fucking great idea. And so I proposed that to... Actually, we were supposed to have a guest on this show. His name was Christopher. he didn't come, and actually I meant to talk about Booth not being
It's actually
here.
Portugal.
Oh, Portugal. Shit,
Yeah.
we were both wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck. So yeah, we're supposed to have a guest, and him and I have talked about the decriminalization of drugs. He disagreed with me on it. I would have liked to have his perspective here, and maybe that'll be good for another Saturday video. And Booth's also not here. I meant to mention it in the beginning. We don't know why the fuck he's not here. He was here and he
took
left.
off
So.
this morning and he's like nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Booth right now. He's just no presence on this channel aside from the intro video, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, to me, that should be the way it's done. If you are on drugs and you seek help, you should get help. You shouldn't just be thrown in prison or jail or whatever. Right. You should just get help. And if you're illegally distributing drugs, that's a different story. If you're illegally selling drugs, I see that as a different story. If you are on drugs, it should be treated as a health issue. It shouldn't just be treated as a crime. That's kind of bullshit. Doesn't help anyone. And, getting out of prison, you're probably just going to fucking go back right into drugs. So, that's how I feel about the topic. I don't really have anything else to say. How about you?
That's it for me.
Okay, let me draw the next.
There you go.
All right. Topic numero 2. Or maybe possibly a question. There's some questions again.
Numero 2.
Dumbest dare you've done. I don't even know if I could think of one.
I went streaking down Dad's old street on like the 4th of July.
That's not even dumb though. That's just
dumb.
like kind of.
I was like fucking like 13 or some shit. It was pretty stupid. Yeah, that was.
Dumbest dare. Shit, I don't know, dude. I've probably done a lot of dumb dares, but I can't think of like any of them.
Oh, I didn't know that this was like relatively safe to do at the time, but I was dared to put hand sanitizer on my hand and light it on fire, and I thought like my whole hand was gonna catch fire.
Did it like?
I did hammer. Yeah, it just. Well, I mean, it sits there and just like has like a really short flame, but it'll sit there for a while until you just do that, and then it goes away.
Yeah, I can't think of any dumb dares I've done, but I don't usually do dares.
I don't play fucking Truth or Dare because I'm not like Goku.
So fuck that question.
That question was bullshit. What is your biggest fear?
Okay, that's a cool one.
You can go first.
I think it's fair to say that most people, if they really examine the question, their biggest fear is probably dying. Honestly, I would say that's my biggest fear. But aside from dying, because that's an obvious answer, one of my absolute biggest fears, I don't know if it's my biggest, but it's definitely one of them, is airplanes. I've never flown. There's very few things that I would ever fly for. Going to Japan would be one of them, though. I would fly to go to Japan. That's one of very few things that I think I would actually get on an airplane for. What about you?
Definitely the death thing. That really, obviously, it's not going to bother me when it happens because I'm not going to be here to be bothered.
But it's scary to think about when you're alive.
Yeah, definitely. Just the idea of non-existence is terrifying. But aside from that, driving in snow is pretty fucking horrendously scary.
Yeah, this is your first winter driving?
Yeah, this is my first winter that I've ever driven, and yeah, no, it's not very fun at all, especially because I have like dog shit headlights that
sucks.
Like I can see probably like 4.
Have you driven in the snow yet?
Yeah.
Like while it was snowing?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like you're like going through like warp space.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh
dude.
my god.
I remember the first time I like noticed that. I was like really drunk and I was like riding passenger in a car, and like the snow was like, I was like, holy shit, dude. I felt like I was like going through like interdimension shit. I don't even know.
All right, I'll tell a story real quick. All right, I went over to my buddy Shane's house, and it was snowing outside, but not really like heavily or anything. So I realized at one point after being there for a couple hours, like, oh shit, I need to get home because I have work like within the next 6 hours. Found out that we smoked, and I was way too high to be driving. But I fucking seriously felt like I was like going through warp speed. Like it fucked me up.
Yeah, dude.
It was so bad. I felt like I had no like everything I was doing, it was just on autopilot, and I couldn't like really like physically feel everything. Everything was just in my head, like the way that it was a very weird. It literally is like just watching yourself in third person. when that happens. At least for me. Shut the fuck up.
You have anything else to say about your biggest fear?
No.
Another big fear of mine, roller coasters, but I'm getting over it.
Yeah, with the help of...
I'm more, I'm not scared of all roller coasters. I've been on plenty, even ones that go upside down and shit. I seem to have a more easy time going on indoor roller coasters, oddly enough. Well, I don't think it's odd. I just can't see the height, so it doesn't really bother me.
The sensation of falling.
Right, I can't, because they're usually pretty dark inside, so I kind of just don't care. Right. So I've been on some indoor roller coasters, don't really mind it. Outdoor roller coasters, I'm more like open to the idea now. So yeah, that's another big fear, but I'm getting over it.
Yeah, we were down in Florida and got all drunk and went to the...
Oh, that, yeah,
I walked around about to throw up like the whole time afterwards because we went on one of those rides that like just it's two and they just flip upside down and they just
it's like two like fixed things that like just constantly like you're sitting in like a car at the end and it's just like fucking spinning you all over. And there's two of them, so they're like going in opposite directions.
That shit was a fucking nightmare.
So what happened there was we were in Florida last year. It was summer last year, and we were in Florida, and there was like this little like crappy little carnival thing there, and we were there for a week. So one of the days we were all like, let's go to this carnival. So me and Brice get drunk, and we against
my
father's wishes, that is. But
what's he gonna do? I'm 19.
Whatever.
I can do whatever I want.
So I drink, he sneaks some alcohol, gets drunk. There's that angsty teen coming out in you.
I know, dude.
But yeah, so I drink, he sneaks some booze away from his whatever, however the fuck he got it, I'm not even sure. And we go to this carnival and we're all there and I'm like buzzed and I'm just like, oh. And so there's all these rides that normally if I were not drunk I would have been like, fuck that ride. But since I was drunk, I was like, I'll fucking ride that shit. And I did. And so we got on this fucking ride. And I got on like roller coaster, and I got on this fucking ride and that fucking ride. All these rides I would never normally get on, and I was having a fucking blast. And so this ride was scary as shit, but I still loved it. And then we get off, and this little fucker is like spent the rest of the night like, oh, I'm gonna puke. So I just wandered around, being all fucking pussy about it.
Like the worst. I went to the bathroom. I tried to throw up. Like I didn't like fucking stick my fingers down my throat or anything. But like I was there like prepared, ready to throw up, and I just couldn't do it. So I just felt like shit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. So that's a pretty good story. Anyway, yeah, it was a fun night though.
It's gonna turn into story time.
Even though you fucking got all gay at the end of it.
Oh, whatever.
All right, this kind of worded weird, but I just wrote it down the way it was commented. Pros and cons of space exploration.
There are no cons.
/ colonization. So, yeah, I'll say no cons. Well, okay, the only con I can think of, and this is just with any big thing, is there might be deaths. You know, there might be some fucking... What is the term?
Sacrifice.
Well, I wouldn't say sacrifice.
Casualties.
Yeah, casualties. I wouldn't say sacrifice because I feel like sacrifice is like a choice. Like, we need to sacrifice these people. No. Like, there will be casualties. But that's with anything. And there's, like, the way I look at it is the saying, nothing ventured, nothing gained. It's one of my favorite sayings ever. It's like, if you don't take risks, you're never going to fucking you're never going to get anywhere.
Right. You think nobody fucking died when we were, like, exploring our own fucking planet?
Right. Like, we had, like, took to the sea. I mean, there's probably a ton of people that fucking died. So same thing with space colonization and exploration. You know, people are gonna there's gonna be casualties. It sucks, and it would be great if we lived in some kind of perfect fucking universe where there was no casualties for such things. But unfortunately, there will be. The thing is, there's people who I can't speak for everybody, but it's kind of my opinion. I think that there would be people who don't mind dying for such a cause. You know, like I wouldn't want to, but if it was like if you die, this shit will be. We will, on your fucking death and the death of all these people, we'll be able to get further. It's like, okay, I think that's a fair thing. I think it's fair. And I'm not saying we need to, like...
It's probably fair, but...
I'm not saying we need to... Trust me, dude, I'm not saying at all that I would want to. It's like, can we not die? Like, can we not die and still get that far? Is that possible? Way? But anyway, that's irrelevant. But yeah, I mean, like, I like to think that if I was given... a decision is like, you know, that I would make a noble choice. I feel like I probably would. But maybe that's just me saying that now, and when it came down to it, I'd bitch out like a pussy. That's totally possible.
I don't know. I feel like if I was put on the spot like that, I'd feel like I have to. Like I feel like that would like the.
You'd have to just pull a Keton.
I feel like the social pressures would force.
If you came back, everybody would hate you.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
which is really shitty, because
dude.
put yourself in those shoes.
Yeah,
Holy
dude.
shit, that's not an easy decision to make.
Fuck all that.
But I mean, I don't know. I like to think that maybe I can make that decision, but yeah, it would suck. I think I would just not think about it. If I didn't think about it, I just did it. It would be a lot easier. Anyway, so wait. Oh, pros and cons of space exploration. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We got pulled off into a tangent. Okay, so fuck. Let me think. I mean, like what the pros are a given. I mean, you colonize space. Like, first of all, we need to come to terms with the fact that, and we've said this before, our planet is not going to last forever. It is not built. Not that it was built by somebody, but it's not made.
I like how we're just don't fucking take us wrong.
Yeah, don't take this shit out of context. But it doesn't exist in the sense that it's gonna be here forever. Even if we don't destroy it through this fucking shit we're doing to our climate, the sun will eventually fucking blow up or something. I don't know how it works. I don't know what our sun specifically would do after its life is over. As it is now, it would just go to another form or whatever. But it doesn't matter. The point is, the Earth that we live on, our Earth will not last forever. So the pros of space exploration and colonization are a given. You ensure, or you at least try to ensure, the survival of our species. And I mean, that's our entire fucking purpose of being here, is it not? Like, we've always tried to survive. So here we are with all these insights, with all this knowledge that we have. We've learned so much shit with physics and everything. It's like, why should we let that go to waste, And in the extremely unlikely event that we are the only intelligent life out there, it would really fucking suck if we died and all this shit we have died with us. That would fucking suck. So that would be such a waste of all this awesome progress we've made. And I've said that before. I'll probably say it again eventually. Yeah. So that's just how I feel about it. I mean, you get to try to ensure the survival of our species. That's the most important thing we can do. I don't know if you have anything else to say. If not, we can draw another topic. I just don't see any more pros or cons.
The pros massively outweigh the cons.
Oh,
that's all
undoubtedly.
It's
not even.
Yeah, there's not even any point in addressing the cons.
No.
Because the pros are so just disproportionately higher than the cons.
Agreed.
All right, next topic. Are you spontaneous? Yeah, I am. Very, very, very much so.
I know the term spontaneous. Obviously, I know what it means, but so does that mean you just do things on a whim?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah,
you're very prone to making extremely short planned decisions.
Pretty much every decision I make is on a whim. It's like,
yeah, most definitely.
here, I'm going about my day. Yeah, I'm gonna call into work today.
What about
it's an hour till work.
What about last night with the poster?
Yeah, there you go.
He just made a major purchase last night. He was just like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this poster right now, a signed poster by
Meg Turney,
and she, totally worth it.
So undoubtedly. Worth it. Yeah, we were just sitting at fucking Waffle House eating breakfast, and I'm over here drunk as shit, because that's our weekend tradition. We get drunk and we go to Waffle House, and we're sitting there, and I'm showing everybody Meg Turney, because she's the epitome of perfection in my eyes. In fact, let's put up a picture of Meg Turney right here. So yeah, Meg Turney, you saw her. So there's on forhumanpeoples.com, she had 2 posters up, both pretty. She's wearing bra and underwear, and so I already bought one signed, and then last night I was the one that I have is gone. It's not on the website anymore. You can't even buy it unsigned. It's just gone. There's no more in stock. There's just none. So the other one's still there, the one I don't have, luckily, and I'm sitting there and I'm I'm going to fucking buy this right now before this shit goes away. So I fucking purchased a signed copy of it for $35. Totally fucking worth it.
Super cheap.
I mean, yeah, it's not, no, dude, it's not super expensive or nothing.
I expected 60.
Nah.
Alright.
But still, yeah, I mean, just on a whim, I was just I'm fucking buying this poster right now. And so, yeah, that's pretty much a fucking metaphor for my entire life.
I'm pretty sure every major decision I've ever made has been spontaneous. Every time I used to go down to WKU a lot with my friends. I'd go down there when
pretty spontaneous decisions.
Yeah, when I didn't have a job or anything, and I didn't have anything to answer to, anybody to answer to. And usually the day before my friends would go back down there when, they'd come in for the weekend, I'd be out, eating dinner with them, like, right before they had to leave, and, Switz would just turn to me and be like, hey, man, do you want to go down to WKU with me, like, and just stay the week? I'm like, yeah, sure. Not even an hour later, we're on the way. Like, that's pretty much everything how it goes. Every job I've ever quit has been a spontaneous decision. Every job I've ever gotten has been spontaneous. I'm just like, oh, okay, this sounds like a good idea, and then I go apply for the job, get that.
Yep.
And
we are spontaneous motherfuckers. Yeah. Most of our weekend plans are spontaneous.
All my tattoos are spontaneous, except for this one right here.
Yeah, that was planned.
That was the only planned tattoo I ever had.
So, yeah, we're both spontaneous. I think we both kind of killed that question.
Yee.
How many more do you want to do? Do like 2 more, 1 more each?
I don't give a shit, sure.
I don't want to go through all the topics. Worst gift you've ever received?
That's like fucking stupid one.
Yeah, I don't really care for that one, but...
I'm pretty sure I got like a really shitty science experiment thing when I was like 13 and I just wanted like cash. It was so lame.
You're like,
it was like it was
You're
like,
like, what is this?
It was
shit?
like a $7 fucking I don't even know what the fuck it was. I was so mad. I don't think I ever opened it. I just kind of threw it away. You're just like, I'm done with this shit. I just like looked at my mom. I was like, dude, like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like,
she wanted you to be a biologist, bro.
I mean, I guess so. Like, fuck, I would like to be a biologist, but like, don't like that fucking like little.
Not when I'm 13.
Yeah, that little fucking toy piece of shit you bought me ain't gonna do anything. Yeah, that was the worst gift I ever received.
I don't know what the worst gift I've ever received is. Probably like shitty clothes. Like I honestly, man, like I'm not trying to sound like I've been spoiled or whatever, but I kind of always had like, oh no, you know what? Okay, this is the worst gift I've ever received.
Oh no.
It's so silly. When I was a little kid, I really like enjoyed like stars and shit. I like the sky. I like looking at the stars, and I had like a little telescope and stuff. But my mom and my dad are divorced, so my telescope was at my dad's house. I didn't have one at my mom's house. So my sister Chastity decided that she was going to take a wrapping paper tube and put fucking saran wrap on both ends, and that was my telescope.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh gee, thanks. Like, I was like 5, and I was still just like, this is shit. Like,
that's so garbage.
Fuck is this? But I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I appreciate the thought, but obviously I saw right through that nonsense.
Man,
what the fuck, dude? Look, it's like going
your
nuts.
Your touchscreen is
just. Yeah, I hate when it does this all the fucking time.
Okay, but
that sucks because I don't know how we're gonna.
I'll tell you all the worst gift my dad ever received. My dad likes the '80s band Cinderella a lot.
Fuck yeah!
So my fucking grandma gave him for one Christmas. She gave him a VHS copy of the Disney movie Cinderella.
That's a pretty funny fucking joke.
That's so awesome, dude.
He's probably just like,
my grandma
what
was
the
that
fuck?
witty. Yeah, he was probably just like, what the shit is this nonsense?
That's awesome. Let's see. Oh wait, yeah, get another topic. So I guess we'll do 1 more each after this.
Okay.
We're probably running low. We've answered most of the questions.
Do you enjoy spending time alone? Yeah, a bit. Depends. There's a lot of... I kind of alternate between an extrovert mentality and an introvert
It's called an ambivert.
Oh, is it? That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Ambivert.
Cool. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, there's a lot of times where I want to be left alone and just, be alone with, my thoughts, and I can just relax and not have to keep up, like, not keep up appearances, but keep up, like, conversation and just the idea of existing like with even like sometimes I feel like existing with someone else is more work than it needs to be. Like just even being around people is just like nah, I don't even feel like doing that.
Sometimes it's not worth it.
But then other times like I need the company like desperately, and I usually come over here and sit in this bed with this guy and just talk about bullshit all
play
day.
Rock Band.
Yeah, play Rock Band and make like stupid jokes that like everyone else probably thinks are just dumb. They're probably everybody else is probably just like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Like,
we have quite a fucking sense of like inside humor.
We have like a very like extremely we have a very extensive,
we're bizarre.
Yeah, like list of like really abstract and ridiculous humor.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's exclusive to us, but I feel like it's definitely something that, like, you and I...
Basically, what happens
get a
is
kick
he
out of.
says something insane, and I'm just like, yeah, man. And I just go along with it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's
people-
that's not even it, though. Like, we also have the thing where we just deconstruct something into just noise eventually. Like we'll take like a phrase like "What's up, brah?" and then we'll just keep repeating it until eventually it's just noise. We'll
just give you an
"What's up, bro?" and then
and then it's just eventually just
eventually
that's it.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. But on the subject of like,
who the fuck else does that shit?
Like, our family just makes fun of us because like we go along with each other. He called me up one time and he was just like, "Hey man, we have a little brother named Kane. He's like 10 years old. He's just like a little cute kid." And he was like, "Hey man, is Kane black?" And I was like, "Yeah, Kane's black." And apparently like the whole family was listening.
And the on my end of it, I was telling people, I was like, I could call him and say anything, and he'll just say yes. They're like, nah. I'm like, no, watch. So I was like, I'm just going to ask if our little brother Kane's black. Obviously, he's not. So I called him up, like, hey, man, is Kane black? He's like, yeah. Like, he was just, like, all about it. Like, it was just, like, not even, like, I'm pretty sure Kane was black at that moment. Like, that's how certain he was. Like, Kane actually turned black.
That is the level of
to make that a fact. Like, it was fucking
Kane
nuts.
was black for that second and a half.
What even was do you like spending time alone? How do we even get the fuck, like, into these other topics?
Because it's, like,
I just
brought up, like, sitting here with you and talking about bullshit, and then...
Yeah, so my answer to the question is, yeah, I definitely enjoyed time alone. I'm the same way. I'm like an ambivert. Sometimes I fluctuate between introvert and extrovert. On the weekends, I like being with people, but I also, a lot of weekends, I'll prefer, like, a day alone and then, like, one day to, like, hang out with everybody and, like, do crazy party shit, whatever, drink. I drink a lot. And so then I want time alone to jack off. I'm not gonna fucking lie about it. Can't jack off when people are around, you know?
Sure you can.
No, not really. I mean, you can, but I'm not gonna.
Okay. Be a pussy. Don't be so suburban.
Don't be so suburban.
Gay, straight, it's all the same now.
There are no more lines. Alright, it's my draw.
Yeah, it is.
And then I think this is probably gonna be our last one.
Cool.
So let's see. Let's get a good one. It's probably gonna be a shitty one. Watch us get a really shitty ending topic.
Hope y'all like this video and stuff.
Okay, it's not a bad one. Gay marriage. You kind of covered a little bit in your last video.
Yeah.
But we can go more into it. I think it goes without saying we all kind of share the same view. There's no reason for homosexual individuals to not be able to get married. So I just don't. I mean, like, what's the other argument? The religious one? I mean, traditional marriage, it's like you don't have, like, the rights to marriage. Like, you don't get to define it. It's something that exists that benefits people. So people who choose to do it should fucking be able to do it. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the same gender or not. Does not matter.
Not to mention, marriage was originally a secular institution, and it was adopted by religion. So
right.
It's not even like, we had it first. Like, no, dude. You just didn't. But, okay, here's the fucking thing. I don't understand why we let these uppity cunts that are so just fucking against the happiness of other people, like, why do we allow them to even make any kind of fucking decision that directly harms, other people? Like, why, if it restricts somebody else's happiness and it does not affect you in any way, shape, or form, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're just a shitty person.
You can
just a really shitty
mosey
person.
on the fuck out of here and be gone.
Fuck yourself up a hill.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Awesome.
Okay. For the people who hold religion as this, like, great piece of them, like, oh, this is my religion, it's like, that's fine, and that's fine for you. Live your life however the fuck you want. If you want to be religious, you want to believe in deity, that's fine. Don't try to encroach on the rights of others. They are allowed to live their lives however the fuck they want, just like you chose to live your life how you want. So another thing is, like, people are like, oh, it's a choice to be gay. It's a choice to be gay. So fucking what if it is? Oh, if it's a choice,
even
which
if it was.
It's fucking not, but if it was, what the fuck then? What's your next point? Because that doesn't fucking matter. It's a choice to do everything else that you do, and nobody fucking questions it. So who gives a shit if homosexuality is a fucking choice? The point is so fucking irrelevant that it you might as well say sandwiches are good. Like it's something that doesn't fucking have any bearing on the argument.
It's just an attempt to derail the conversation and make it be about something else and then take away from the actual fucking key issue. Which
it's not natural. It's a choice.
Right, which
who
is
gives a shit?
Two consenting adults should have the right to do whatever the fuck they want. That's the main issue, and I refuse to be fucking deviated from that shit. Like I'm not gonna have this fucking
like a discussion
with you. Being gay is unnatural. I'm not. No, that's an irrelevancy. I'm not even gonna fucking address it. It's stupid, and it just takes away from what should be talked about in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck that. Just not gonna let people just fucking like go on some tangent about some irrelevant nonsense for a fucking year.
And then that leads to the slippery slope argument, which unfortunately our parents love to fucking present.
People can be married dogs and cats and shit.
Which the slippery slope argument is okay. Slippery slope is a fat fallacious argument. Look it up.
It's a fat fallacious argument.
I said foul, but it sounded like fat. Anyway, the slippery slope argument. Look it up. Just Google it. It'll kind of give you an idea of what it is. But for homosexual marriage, the slippery slope argument goes this way. If we allow gay people to get married, then people will start wanting to marry animals or inanimate objects or this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, no, for one. That's just fucking mind-blowingly stupid to even present. It doesn't even make sense. And secondly, there's a fucking world of difference between a human being marrying another human being consensually, both choose to do so, and a human being marrying something that first of all doesn't even have that in terms of inanimate objects is not even alive. That makes no fucking sense. And secondly, for animals, they aren't consenting to anything. They cannot give their consent. They don't have so what the fuck? I mean, and then the only other argument that I can think of to address is they can't reproduce, and it's a fucking that is a totally nonsensical argument. I'll let you address it.
Who gives a fuck?
Go ahead.
Who the hell cares? Like, what the fuck? Are you not gonna allow people that are fucking sterile to fucking get married and shit? Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Heterosexual couples who choose that they don't want children, they're not allowed to get married. Like, it doesn't make
do you have to fucking sign a goddamn contract that says I will have this number of kids? What the fuck are you talking about? That's such a fucking there's no point in bringing that up. That's so fucking stupid. Ugh!
So here on A Right to Insight, we have just deconstructed every fucking argument against homosexual marriage. If I hear another one of those arguments, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. There's no good argument. There is no fucking good argument. Let people live their lives the way they want to, as long as it's consensual and it's not harming anyone. And that's all the fuck you need to do. All right, don't fuck around with other things. That's it. So I think that's actually a good fucking that's kind of a good thing we had because we started with that too, even with the drug stuff.
Yeah,
and then we ended with that. So it's a cool wraparound. Anyway, that's all we're doing. I hope you enjoyed this type of video. This isn't what we had planned for today. It kind of is, but we also plan to have Booth and a guest here for debating. That didn't pan out, but maybe next weekend. I do hope you enjoy this type of video. We'll do plenty of similar types of videos, usually hopefully with more people, Booth and guests. And if you want to be a guest, let us know. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/righttoinsight. We're also on Twitter, twitter.com/righttoinsight. Comment down here and let us know topics you would like us to talk about on future videos. And if you disagreed with anything, as always, you can comment, tell us what you disagreed with, and we will reply and we'll discuss it there. You have anything else to say?
It's not even going to be a discussion. Just kind of
Just be anyway.
Yeah.
Anything else?
But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Okay. I gotta introduce this video. Get out of the video. Go. Don't fucking crowd me, you little shit. Go. Down, both of you. Both for you. Look, you're gonna have to knock that shit off, dude. Shout out to that chick. What's her name, Alyssa?
Good on you, Alyssa.
Thanks for the promotion.
Yeah, all that good shit. My goal this year is to do a lot more camping and fishing. What a fag. He liked our fucking picture.
Maybe he thinks we're cute.
That can't go in there.
But we can put that in there. You saying that can't go in there? What is that?
Wow.
I don't know. You'll never know. Won't know unless you're here, and you're not here, so fuck you.